I just spent $5,000 on sports cards in 30 minutes on eBay, and I'm going to show you exactly how I did it, all the cheats, hacks, softwares I use to find these cards. If you don't know who I am, hi, my name is Eric Michael. I've sold over $5 million in sports cards up to this point in my life. I started a program 4 years ago that teaches people how to make an easy, safe side income flipping sports cards. It's changed my life, and I'm on a mission for it to help change as many people's life as possible. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna jump to my computer screen, and in 30 minutes, you are gonna see me spend about $5,000 in sports cards with all sorts of cards from 2017, 2022. I'm going through what I was thinking when buying the cards. Is it gradable? Is it not? What should I pay? Where did I go to find these cards? I'm gonna show you it all in 30 minutes. It's gonna be some of the craziest stuff you've ever seen. Let's get into it. All right, let's get into it. Let's start to find some cards on eBay. So I have a few tabs open here. One tab is eBay. Another tab is eBay. This is to look at recent sales. This is an app that when I have an auction, and you'll see how I use it, lets me snipe it. So it'll automatically bid on it in the last second. Market movers, so I could look at trends in recent sales of cards I'm having trouble finding. And honestly, this app kind of stinks and it's slow, but it's accurate and it's good for finding cards that like are a little bit more rare. So like when I'm finding cards like worth $100, $200, I'm usually just looking at recent sales on eBay. But let's get into it. So what am I looking to buy right now as I'm speaking in early October? Well, baseball. And when I buy baseball, the number one product to me is Bowman Chrome. Now, this is like the number one product, the best one. And what I like to do is I always like to start off with the lazy way of finding cards. So the lazy way of finding cards, to be honest, is auctions, okay? So what you can do is go to ending soonest, and you can go to minimum $100. You can go $50, $300, $500. I like to go at $100. Now, this looks like a good one already. Let's pull that up. But so this is the problem with auctions, all right? Let me give you a little bit of insight here. So the problem is you got people like this who will start their auction at way too high, okay? And this is no good. I don't want to see these. Like, this card's probably worth like $200, $150. No one's ever going to bid on this card. That's why there's 12 minutes left and there's no bids. So what you could do is go to advanced and click min bid count 1 right here. So what this will do is only show me auctions that have at least one bid. And what that lets me do is now that's telling me, okay, now all these cards are at least within fair market value, right? If someone's bidding on it, it's within fair market value. So this card of Paul Skeens, it's funny. I was actually talking about Paul Skeens to a few students yesterday. And this card, it's a little off-centered, a little bit. Left to right. I'm going to put this on my watch list and see. Also, I'm curious what it sells for. So Bowman Chrome, 2023. Orange. So I'm using this other eBay tab to quickly look at what other stuff is worth. If you go to sold items, right down there. So one sold for $405. I know this card is a PSA 10. Will do very well. That's a PSA 9 to $755. But once again, you have to be careful. So, right, this sold for $405. But the way I like to use market movers is to look at player trends. Okay, and I'm going a little bit fast here. Like, there's a lot going through my head, and I'm speaking it out loud so you can kind of get the gist if someone has been doing this a long time. So Paul Skeens, right? This card sold for $405, but September 17th. That's about 2 weeks ago at this point. And I like to go to market movers, and I'll pull up Skeens, Bowman Chrome, PSA 10, his non-autograph, okay? Just to look at the trend of it, because there's a lot of sales of this card. And if this card is going down since September, then I know his value is worth less. But you could see from about September to now, it's actually worth a little bit more. But you could see like Paul Skeens is down a lot because no one cares about the Pirates anymore because they're out of the playoffs. But if I found a card and the last sale was in July, well, what this tells me is look what his base Bowman Chrome PSA 10 was worth in July. 260, 240. Look what it's worth today. 120. So it's worth about half. So if a recent sales a few months ago, a month or two ago, you have to look at the trends to make sure you're not paying what it sold for 2 months ago because the player might be worth less. And looking at his base Bowman Chrome for baseball, for example, is a good indicator because there's a lot of sales and it's a highly liquid card. This card, It's a little off-centered. Sometimes I like to look at the seller's other items and see. So obviously he does not grade cards, and this ends in 20 minutes. So, and there's no back pictures either. I'll come back to it. I got it on my watch list here. I'm gonna keep that tab open. That's an interesting one. Roman Anthony is someone I'm looking to buy. Probably when I'm buying cards already graded, I go for a little bit higher end. This is already graded a PSA 10, and it's a base. This is a solid card, but not looking to buy it at the moment. Paul Skeens Mega Box. That's his second year. Probably a card to make money on. I'm going to stay away from that at the moment. There's a lot of stuff out here. My God. Wyatt Langford, True Red Refractor. So this is interesting. This interests me for some reason. Wyatt Langford. Let's see. There's not going to be a lot of sales of this card. So if we do 2024 Bowman Chrome, Wyatt Langford. So his rookie year his Bowman Chrome was last year, I believe. Let's go to highest, just because this is going to be a high-end card. So his autographed. So let's see here. So this is the same card, but autographed as a 10 to 3600. This is where sports card knowledge comes in, because I've been doing this for a long time. This is where it helps. Okay, so this is a autograph as well, at 880. His non-autographed, actually, so there is a sale. There is a sale. His non-autographed in July did $500 is an SGC 9.5. An SGC 9.5 is going to be like 10 to 20% more than a raw card. Interesting. So I'm going to go back to market movers here and just look at Wyatt Langford. I'm actually going to just pull up his 2023 Bowman Chrome, just what I did for Paul Skeens. And just look at his PSA 10 refractor. Just look at this to see how accurate this is. This is just giving me an indicator of his market. So if it sold for $500 in July, and according to this, in July, his base PSA 10 was like 40. Today it's like 25, 22. Yeah. It's ending in 6 hours. I'm probably going to, you know what? I'm probably going to put a bid on this. So what I'm going to do is use Easy Sniper. I'm probably going to be cheap, so I'm going to copy this. But before I do that, let me just look at the seller's other items just to see what else he's got on his store. So he has not a lot of cards. I don't know if he grades or not. This card's newer. It looks to be in good condition. If we read the description, let's see if there's anything about something it being in bad condition. Nothing. I'll probably take a stab at this card and be cheap, to be honest. So what we could do is you could only do this on the computer, by the way. Take the eBay item number, copy it, go to Easy Sniper, put it right here, and I'm going to be cheap. I'm going to do like 368. I like to do random numbers. And we snipe it, and boom. So this will automatically bid in the last second for me, $368. And if the auction goes above 368, it's not going to bid, obviously, and it actually alerts me. So not a bad card. That's because this card's kind of a risk. I like risk. That card could grade a 10, and I could triple my money. I can make nothing. It's interesting. Leo, this guy's a big Bowman Chrome prospect. His cards are pretty newer. Leo DeVries. Hopefully I'm saying that right. So let's see what his cards sell for. So 2024 Bowman Chrome, Leo DeVries. Am I spelling that right? Leo DeVries. Okay. And let's go to ended recently. And let's type in auto because we're looking. I want to find what this card sells for. This is his base Bowman Chrome auto. There's a sale for $150. His refractor does $235. I'm looking for auctions though. That'll give me a more accurate indicator. $142. $147. So right around $140, $150, $125, $125. Let's see. Okay, are there any PSA 10 sales? I doubt it. Negative. No PSA 10 sales. Now, this card is newer, okay? And when cards are newer, the problem is they are hyped a lot. And they get overhyped and just go crazy. So what I like to do is go on Market Movers. I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. And find his card. So find this card. Bowman, Chrome, Auto. So this is it. And you could see, right, when this card came out, right, if I move this, when this card came out in early September, it was like $400, and then $325, went up, back up, but you can see it's coming back down. But it's starting to level off at around 140. So, like, I don't want to buy it here, right, because it's just coming down. But now, in the past, like, 30 days, it's still going down. It's starting to level off in the past 14 days. In the past 7 days, it's really leveled off. So, this card's a 101. It ends in 7 hours. Right now, while I'm speaking, it's 9 a.m. So, this auction's going to end at, what time does it end? Like 4 p.m. Eastern. Probably not the best time to end an auction, so this could end cheap. I'm probably going to bid on this as well, honestly. There's no PSA 10 sales, but it's a strong card. I should be able to at least double my money, so I'm going to bid 141. I'll pay strong for this. I'm confident that it'll 10. And hopefully that auction will win. So it's good to be. I don't like to put things on my watch list. I like to be like super like anal about it. Like, am I going to buy this card? Yes or no? Because I used to put it on my watch list and not be decisive about it. I just like to decide right then and there, do my research. Am I in or am I out? And Easy Sniper just lets me do that because now I can forget about it, because I can't tell you before I discovered Easy Sniper how many cards I used to want to buy and I would forget to bid because eBay would notify me that the auction's ending soon and I would just no good. So Shota Amanaga, he is a very popular guy for the Cubs. He's a pitcher. I usually like to stay away from pitchers. But, nothing in the description. It says, let's look at his other items. He has a doesn't grade cards. A lot of people don't grade cards. Is there anything wrong with this card? Is there something wrong with this? I think, why is he taking a picture of this corner? But he should mention it in the description. But he doesn't. The card's name. This looks like an interesting card too, and it's at 137. Let's see what this card sells for. So, 2024 Bowman Chrome Shota Blue at a 150. Let's see what this sells for on eBay. Auto. Oh, yep. 174, 150. What's this card at? 137. Probably gonna stay away from this. Something looks funny with this corner, and I don't really like buying pitchers. I'm gonna stay away from that one. Let's see what else we got here. Jackson Chourio. Card's a few years old and he's in the playoffs right now, so I want to stay away from him. Hopefully my Mets beat him. Walker Jenkins. If this was a regular blue, I'd look at buying it. Jackson Merrill. This is a card I like, but he's in the playoffs right now, so I'm probably gonna stay away. Paulino Santana. To be quite frank with you, I have no idea who this is. But this card looks messed up. You can see the edge right here. It looks white right here. So probably stay. I could just be seeing something, but probably stay away from this card just for that reason. Blu-ray Wave Refractor. Here's our boy again. So I like to stay away from cards that are on consignment. Usually people dump cards there that are in bad condition. Not always, but a lot of the time. So just because of who's selling it, I'm going to stay away. Henry Davis, man, his cards used to sell for so much. Not anymore. Actually, I think this is someone I was looking at to buy just to hold. Chase De La Tour. Hold on, let me look him up here. I was actually looking last night, and this is someone who I'd be looking to buy to hold. But he's already. Let's see here. Has he played in the majors yet? Why does this name sound familiar? No, it seems like he hasn't. Let's see. This could be an interesting buy. Let's look here on Market Movers and just look at. I just want to look at his market and see if it's. There's not a lot of sales. It's like down, then up, and then let me see something here. So what I like to do with baseball, if I'm buying baseball already graded, I like to buy guys that have a high chance of getting called up the following spring. That's what I like to buy because those guys are hyped and their card values go up. So let me look up what he sells for. Let's see if there's any quick sales. Chase De La Tour, Bowman, Chrome Blue, Auto 2022. One just did $455 in September. And from what this tells us, his value in September is like the same. It's not many sales to tell us. And Chase De La Tour. So to be honest, I have no idea who this is, to be perfectly honest with you. He's in the minors. He's 22 years old. Seems to be a high prospect. Last year he had an okay year. The year before he had a really good year. So this tells me, I'm probably going to do some more research, but this tells me he's probably going to have a high chance of getting called up next year. So I'm going to do some more research into him before this auction goes off. But just so I don't forget about it, let's lock it into Easy Sniper. You can see when I buy, I start to go a little crazy. Let me see what it's sold for. So one just sold for $455 in September. It's probably worth less now because he's minor league season is over. So I'm probably going to be cheap. $417. I just have to put in random numbers at around 90% of comps and see what happens. So $417, not bad. Let's see what else we got going on here. There's a lot of Jesus. There's a lot of stuff. My God. Usually it's not like this. Ellie De La Cruz. I don't really want to buy a card that's not his rookie. Jackson Holiday is an interesting buy, but he kind of stinks, but people like him at the same time. Joe Musgrove. Oh, he's a good pitcher. Don't know who this is. No interest. This card of Shohei Ohtani. So these Ohtani cards are like pretty much blue chip stocks. You could buy them whenever you want, but I can't see that corner that well. But what you could do with a card like this is, let me see what it sells for. SGC 9.5 is crack it out and send it to PSA. So SGC 9.5 just did $500. And a PSA 10, it's $1,000. So you would double your money, maybe a little bit less after grading fees. Wow, look at what that blue sold for. And let's see what a PSA 9 sells for. $400. I don't really like the margins. And also, I think this corner looks a little rounded up here. I can't see it that well, but I'm probably going to stay away. But I love to crack out cards like that and send them back in for grading. Juan Soto blue. This card must be beat up. Not graded Juan Soto. Wait a second. I'm not a professional grader, but I do regularly send up cards for grading. This is my personal opinion on the condition of this card. Which is strange because he says here, I have extreme confidence that it will get an extremely high grade. If you grade cards, wouldn't you just send it in for grading? But has my interest. Usually these cards are old. This is just not an easy card to grade. Then you can see the corner. It really took a lot of pictures. Not a good picture. This is an interesting. If you grade, so like the corner, this will probably grade a 9. To be honest, which isn't bad. But if you look, so this is an older card. This is just not, I don't recommend doing that, buying this card. I would only recommend it if you've been doing this for a while. But you can see a PSA 9 did $6,000 with a 10 autograph. But this autograph grade is not good. It's smudged here, which people don't like as much. I mean, shit. I'm probably gonna put this on my watch list. I'm probably gonna actually wait. I just said I don't do that. See, I try to do it. I think this card has a realistic chance of getting a 9. I mean, I'll throw in a bid here. You know, if a PSA 9 with a 10 autograph is $6,000, and if I could buy this card for like $4,000, I'll do like $4,064. I don't see where the downside is. If in the off chance it gets a 10, I mean, I'll make 10 grand. So I'll look back into that one. Walker Jenkins. This is someone I'm actually looking to buy. Is Bowman? There's so much stuff on eBay. I don't know. I did not do this on purpose. This is just crazy right now. PC Sports Cards. I'm actually buddies with the owners here. They're a consignment company, so it's kind of worrisome that this card is in consignment. But I'm still gonna look anyways because this card's pretty new. Let's see what this card sells for. Walker Jenkins. Bowman Chrome Auto 2024 Orange. Am I missing something here? Oh, this is not autographed. I thought this was autographed for a second. Okay, let's see what this sells for as a non-autograph. Non-autograph cards do very well. Getting them graded, you make good money. So a PSA Orange Shimmer. So a PSA 10 Orange Shimmer did around 356. This is different. This is a regular orange. I know it looks similar, but trust me, there's a big difference in value. Usually an orange shimmer will be worth about half a regular orange PSA 10. So just looking at this, a PSA 10 orange would be like 700 to 800. Orange shimmer did I don't like this. Look what an orange shimmer did, 227 raw, and then a PSA 10 only did 356. For that reason, I'm going to stay away because there's not a lot of margin. Not a lot of money to be made, but interesting card. Roman Anthony. This is someone I'm looking to buy, and if we can buy him to get graded, that's even better. No back pictures, which is annoying, but let's see it. Let's look at his other items. He probably doesn't grade cards because there's not a lot of stuff on here. And this other Roman Anthony stuff, he could just be a Boston guy. And let's see what this card sells for. So 2023 Bowman Chrome Roman Anthony number 499 auto. Let's see what this bad boy sells for. And all right. So one did 212. This is at 147 auction with 13 hours left. So that's like it'll end like 10 p.m. tonight. PSA 10 at 665. Oh, so this is good money. These are not the easiest cards in the world to grade, but you know you could buy 212, PSA 10 665. This is something I would actually buy, grade, and hold. To be honest with you, and a PSA 10 at 407. That's strange. That one would do 407, and another would do 665. What this tells me is this card could be fake. The winning bid. Let's see. Oh no, the winning bidder had 1,000, like a 10,000 feedback. So. Interesting. PSA 10 and 350. What the fuck? Anyways, I would pay what it sells for raw, like 212. I need to ask for back pictures, but usually it's the front on these cards that have problems. Let me just look at a back picture real quick of this card. I'm not too familiar with 2023 Bowman Chrome. Yes, I know backs like this are probably not going to be messed up because they're all white. I'm looking for if it's colored. If the back is colored, then you run into problems. I'll probably ask this guy for more pictures. But this is something I'll come in like, you know, I'll go back to Easy Sniper. I'll come in at like 208, a little bit below the last sale. If it gets a 9, I'll hold it, make a little bit of money. If it gets a 10, great. I'll make a lot of money, especially because I think it'll be worth more when I go to sell it in a few months. See this 2017 Bowman Chrome Mega Box Purple Shohei Ohtani. These cards used to be the shit. The centering doesn't look that bad. So like what I'm looking at here, if you look, this card's graded by Beckett. You can see the surface and corners are 9.5s, the edges are 9s, and the centering's an 8.5. But I've done this before. And you could see the centering by these white lines. They're kind of hard to see. This and this. And it doesn't look terribly bad. Unless I'm just wanting to buy stuff here. And I'm being biased. But I'm curious. Let's look this up. Bowman Chrome, Mega Box, Ohtani. I'm just curious what the margins are between. Jesus Christ. I remember when this card was worth so much less. So this card is like $6,000 as a PSA 10. A BGS 9's at 1,200. Interesting. Wow. Wow, this card sells for a lot. I can't believe. And a raw did 2,400, but let me go to Market Movers real quick and let me look at 2017 Bowman Chrome Mega Box Ohtani, purple. And what you could do is compare PSA 10, raw, BGS 9, and a PSA 9. You can get a nice little chart of everything. So there is no sales of really anything else. There's one sale of a raw that we just saw at 2,400. Oh, this is only in the past 30 days though. Yeah, raw at 2,400. So I would expect a PSA 9 to do about raw. It's 1,200. And just looking at these numbers, I know a PSA 9 will be like $2,000, 2,500. This is a big risk. I do not recommend doing this. Once again, I'm going to go back and look at these cards a little bit more in depth. But just looking at this card here and looking at this one. So this one's a grade at a 10 already. And you can see the centering here. So this left and up here, like those two white borders are about equal. Even this is a little bit off. I love big risks like this. This stuff gets me excited. And this doesn't look too far off of it. I know the corners and edges are good. And the surface. Fuck it. This card has me excited. I love taking big swings. So if a PSA 10 is about 5,600, I think a 9 will be low 2,000s, just like that raw sale. I'll come in at like 23, random number. I just like to do random numbers here. Yeah, I like this. I'm going to put this, even though I bid on it, I'm going to put it on my watch list as well. I like that. That is good. I like that card is not terribly hard to grade as a PSA 10. I just know because I've graded a bunch in the past. Not recently, a long time ago, but interesting. Yeah, there's so many cards on eBay. Wow. This is just crazy. Paul Skeens, PSA 8, Aaron Judge. Can't do much with that. Jackson Churio. I know you guys are probably like, wow, but just everything that goes through my head. You're probably like, holy crap. I was actually looking at this kid the other day, Bryce Eldridge. His card's off-centered, though the left's bigger than the right. I was looking at buying some of his higher-end cards to hold, but that card's not going to grade. James Wood. This card is alarming because it's 2 or 3 years old. It's with consignment, and usually cards with consignment don't grade well. This card's probably not going to grade well. I'm going to stay away from it. I don't like to buy raw cards on consignment. Roman Anthony. This is a card I would like if it was a PSA 10. I would definitely go after. But no good for these purposes. This guy used to be a big prospect, Alexander Canario. His cards used to sell for a lot of money. A lot of money back in the day. This is good. This is a good video. This is way better than I thought it was going to be honest with you. Ooh. This is interesting. So this Shohei Ohtani Mega Box. This is the purple card I was looking at before, except this is like the base version. And right here. But what you could do is look at the difference between an SGC 10, Ohtani. And so an SGC 10, I don't know why this one did so much more, but 880, like 800, and a PSA 10 is, there's a big difference with this card between a SGC 10 and a PSA 10. You can see PSA 10s are like double. And this card I know is in good condition. It's an SGC 10. I don't really need to look at it. I like this. You don't find many opportunities where you can make that much money. I like this. Let me copy that, but let me look at something. Let me go back. I'm curious. Why did this card sell for so much more? Let's see if it was shill bid. View original listing. So what you could do is go to bids here, look at the winning bidder. He had some feedback. I don't know, did Ohtani do something good that day or something that causes cards to go up that much? But I see the other sales are consistently around 800. So, and as a PSA 10, like, it seems like you can make pretty good money. And just out of curiosity, before I put this bid in, let's see what a PSA 9 is worth. Yeah, this is fucking money. This is a money card, right? SGC 10, it's in great condition. I should be able to get it for around 800-900. PSA 9, I'll make a little bit. PSA 10, I'm doubling my money. This would be all day. If a PSA 9 is 1100, and I know that this card is not going to get less than a 9 unless I'm really unlucky. It's a SGC 10, so it's in good condition. I mean, I'll pay strong for this. I'll pay 941. Let's get like I said, I like to do random numbers, but cool. Wow, that's a good one. Woo-wee. That is a good one. Wow, there's so many cards. I have so much to do today. It's the morning, but this stuff's fucking addictive. You can see, especially once you get a handle on it, on like what's gradable, what's not. This stuff really gets you going. All right, I know I've been on camera here for a little bit. Let's try to find one or two more. Paul Skeens. This is his base Bowman Chrome. It looks well centered. This card is in excellent shape. That's good. And then if we go to seller's other items, he doesn't sell much. So this guy definitely doesn't grade cards. You can see his feedback's only 5. And this is a common question I get sometimes, like, am I going to get scammed? Who cares? You can't get scammed on eBay. They protect you. And this person, because he has no feedback, if he's newer and he doesn't ship the card to you for some reason, eBay will give you your money back. But that doesn't really happen. But let's see what we can make on a 2023 Bowman Chrome Skeens auto. And let's go to sold items. And let's see. PSA 10s are like 1,200. They've come down a lot. They used to be worth way more. And let me just see something here before I go off and bid a lot of money on this card. Let me just see something on Market Movers. 2017, not 2017, 2023 Bowman Chrome Skeens PSA 10. In the past, because he's come. I just want to. Okay, so he's leveled off in the past like 30 days, past 14 days at least. He's leveled off, so I just want to make sure he's not continually going down. So PSA 10 is like 1,200. We'll go off this recent sale. Base is like 500. PSA 9 is like 500. Then a rotted 365, 457. That's kind of scary. 518. The raw sales will be all over the place depending on condition. This is only a 280. Because a PSA 9 is like 500. I'm not scared to spend a little bit. I'll bid 474. If it gets a PSA 9, I'll lose a little bit. And if it gets a 10, I'll double my money. And I'm probably going to hold it. I think Skeens has a good chance of going up in value. So, I'm not even able to get to like flipping it around and looking at cards that are like or best offers because there's so many cards on auction. Holy shit. This is crazy. Wow. Those Otanis. I'm excited for those Otanis. I hope you are. I'll let you know if I sell. You'll see them in a future video. This is how I made $1,000 on an Otani card. Because wow, those are good ones. That SGC 10 is real money. So like what that tells me, like if the margins on an Otani 2017 Mega Box are that high between an SGC 10 and a PSA 10, what you could do, right now we have this data, go to 2017 Mega Box, Otani, SGC 10. What? It's the only one on eBay? No way. It's the only one on eBay? That's crazy. So there's actually a PSA 10 for $1,750. A raw, I'm not going to buy any of these raw because they're so old. They're like 7 years old at this point. Yeah. I was going to look, and I would assume there'd be this is a kind of a common card. I was going to assume there's a bunch, and you could go in and offer them and try to get a bunch for $700-800. It's almost a risk-free opportunity. But can't do that. But wow, this was good searching. But wow, yeah, I could do that. I could do this for a long, long time. But hopefully this provided you some value in what goes on in my head when I'm searching for these cards. And let's head back to the camera. Hopefully that video provided you some value, and it's interesting to see all the different angles and takes you can do when you're trying to make money with sports cards. You can buy a card that's already graded and send it into another grading company. You can buy a card already graded a PSA 10, and just hold it for a few months. You could also buy newer guys who you probably never have heard of with their new cards, buy them, get them graded, and resell them. To be honest with you, I kind of went through all of it in that training. I would not recommend doing anything that I just did. The only thing I would recommend doing is buying newer cards 2023, 2024 in the off season, like while I'm speaking right now in October, baseball, getting them graded. It's a safe, consistent way to make money. Like buying those Ohtani cards, it's high risk. I've done stuff like that. It usually works and I make a lot of money, but you could lose a lot of money at the same time. It's just interesting how you can make money in just so many different ways. I find it fascinating, and I've been doing it for a long time. Hopefully you enjoyed this stuff. If you're watching, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know below what types of videos you'd like to see me do, or questions you have, or maybe you thought I did something wrong, or maybe you thought I was crazy. Leave the comments below. I like to answer all the comments in my podcast that I do twice a week. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.